Hello, lovers. Honesty in a relationship. How much is too much? We'll find out today. You're welcome to Eve's Desire by Tuba Says, and I am your pleasure coach. So we all would agree that honesty is very crucial in a relationship. Apart from the fact that it helps to create a bond between the partners, it also helps to build trust between partners. And today I have two special guests in the house with me who are going to be sharing their views on this topic. And to my right I have...
Hi everybody, my name is Deborah. I'm a social media manager and a content creator.
And to my left I have...
Hi, my name is Emmanuel Okonkwo. I am a data analyst.
Okay, so I'm going to be starting from Deborah because they say ladies first, so why not? So Deborah, what is your take about honesty in a relationship? What do you think? How much is too much?
I don't think honesty is ever too much. I think it should be like, if you're in a relationship with somebody and you decide that you want to trust this person, I think it should be on 100 on both level. So the honesty I'm giving you, I expect it back from you. So the energy is supposed to be like equal, not I'm being honest 30%. I have some truths that I'm hiding that I don't want you to know yet. But I feel like it should be on the same level. 50-50. No, 100%.
Okay, so when you say 100%, okay, I agree with that point that okay, it should be 100%. But what I'm saying is that how much is too much? How much information should you give? Should you be totally honest about everything? I know there's a level of honesty that you're supposed to give in a relationship with someone. You have to be open and all that. But how open is that openness?
Okay.
Must you divulge everything?
Okay, so I'm going to speak for myself. I don't know how it works for other people. Okay. But personally, if I'm going to be with somebody, I want to be able to tell you everything and not even hide the tiniest truth. So anything that's going to make me lie to you, I don't want to be in that position. That's what I can say.
Okay.
Yeah.
Before I go further, let's hear from Emmanuel. So Emmanuel, what's your view?
All right, like she said, I don't think there's anything like being too honest, right?
Okay.
It's not like too much honesty because not only does honesty strengthen bonds amongst partners, right? It also personally, if I'm going to be with someone, I'd like to know every single thing about them. I'd like them to be honest with me regarding every single thing. Don't withhold the tiniest information from me, like she said. I want to believe, or I want to know, I want to believe, right, that you are always honest with me in everything. I don't want to think, okay, this thing this person is telling me. I basically don't want to doubt or have two opinions about anything you tell me. That's just basically it.
Okay, good. So I would like to ask, when we say, okay, let's be honest, we need to be honest, should we be honest about your past? Or no, let me put it this way, talking about your past, is that part of the honesty? If you don't divulge some information about your past, is that you being dishonest?
Okay, so it depends on what you mean by your past. There are some past that you don't even remember until something happens that triggers and you're like, oh yeah, shit, I didn't talk about this thing. I think there are some things that are in the past that just stays in the past until you remember. But if you're at that point where you're like, okay, yeah, I think this person needs to know this and that about what has happened to me or what I have done in the past. I don't know, it just depends on the type of relationship you have. There are some relationships that are not so serious, so you don't exactly need to tell the person everything or be totally honest with the person. But if you are in a committed relationship and you're looking towards getting married to this person, I think you should be an open book. And you should also get the same energy from that person.
Okay, what do you think?
Well, if I'm going to be with a person, right, I would prefer that you tell me every single thing about your past, right, so that I can make my decision whether or not to stay with you. Because believe it or not, except you're just deceiving ourselves, believe it or not, there are some pasts that hard to swallow.
Yeah.
Right. So imagine me now going far in a relationship with you and I'm just realizing you've done this, you've done that.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm gonna have to cut you off.
Yeah.
Okay, you see that is the game changer there. If you say you want your partner to be totally honest with you about everything, and then your partner decides to, okay, in the spirit of being honest, I want to tell you my past, even though nothing has come up to trigger it, but just because, I want this person, I want to be totally open with this person, I want to trust this person, I love this person, and I see a future with this person, and I say, okay, hey, I want to tell you something, so happened in my past and all that, and then the partner takes it the wrong way. The partner, is like, just takes it the wrong way, and then maybe at the end of the day, that leads to the end of the relationship. What do you say in such a case?
So it depends on what your past is about. For example, if my partner comes to me to tell me that, okay, we're getting to this point now in a relationship, and I see you as somebody I want to be with, and I feel like you know this and know that. But it depends on what it is. There's some, like he said, there are some parts that cannot be overlooked. But if it's something that it's hard, but it's something that I can handle, and I think what's going to keep me is the fact that you told me.
Exactly.
I mean, the fact that I didn't find out from like somebody, I didn't hear it outside that, oh my God, this is what you were doing in your past. You gathered the courage to talk to me about it. I would appreciate that level of honesty. And I think if you can do that, and you are saying you are no longer that person, and that was just a part of you that you have like pushed out, and I also like take my time to see that is this part of this person not still in you, then I don't think I'll have a problem with it. And it depends on how much I love you.
Okay, depends on how much love, and then it depends on the kind of relationship. Okay, but we are talking about a committed relationship here today. And then you said something. You said it depends on the information, the past, whatever happened in the past. It depends on the past. So what if it's something that you can't deal with, something that is heavy, Because I've had I've seen instances where a marriage, people were supposed to get married, and then it was put on hold, or it was called off because of a certain truth that the female partner told the male partner, because she felt that, this is the person I want to share my life with, why would I hide anything? I have to be open. And then she goes ahead and says, hey, because we are going forward in this relationship, I need to tell you this. And she says so, and the partner is like, oh my God, no, I can't, and calls up the wedding,
So according to what he said earlier about some truths that can't be overlooked, some truths actually can't be overlooked. Because if my partner comes and tells me something that, if I think about it, I'm like, there's no way in the world I can deal with this. Like, even if it happened, or whatever it was that you were in your past happened like 20 years ago, or 15 years ago, or 10 years ago, or 5 years ago, there's always that part of me, even if I decide to stay, there's always that part of me that would be like, I don't think I can deal with this. So if the truth is too much for me to handle, then I don't think I can stay.
So Emmanuel, what's your take?
Well, you gave a story about a man that called off his wedding, right? Because of a truth his partner told him. Well, personally, I feel like she did the right thing by telling me what she told me.
Okay.
I wouldn't say he did the right thing, but I just say he did what he thought was right for him, right? If I was in issues, I would most likely do the same thing if I could handle what she told me. Just like she said, there are some things that you just can't overlook. Because if I decide to just swallow it up and just say, okay, because I love you so much, let me just swallow this thing up and just go on with the relationship. Along the line, I might actually pay for it because I won't be comfortable. I will most likely overthink, and in the end, I may just have to cut it off. Because I won't be able to deal with it. Even though I try to conceal my emotions or try to be mature enough to, handle it, I may just have to just cut it off again because I may just be doing myself more harm than good.
Okay, so I haven't heard both of you. it is safe for me to believe or to assume that it is not every truth that you share. So you can't say you can be completely honest. Or maybe I should put it this way. You have to know your partner. I think it depends on the person. You have to know the person and know what the person can handle before you say certain truths. If you know that, oh, my partner cannot handle this kind of truth, then you might. It is better to withhold it than to lose.
I don't think that's the way to go.
Okay,
I
so
don't think that's the way to go, because this is a topic of honesty, right?
exactly.
If you say, because okay, this partner cannot handle this truth you're about to tell them, you're basically lying to them. You're basically hiding information that you know can actually break them, right?
So are you not saving them
No.
and saving the relationship?
No. You're
Because
not doing
okay, are you saying that if you don't divulge all information, you're lying? No, you're not
that.
lying.
Intentionally withholding information is wrong.
Or is it being dishonest? Is it lying?
If you can call it that.
Okay, let's look at it this way. The way I see it is not all truth that should be told, like that is necessary. Okay, I agree that you have to be honest in a relationship, but I think there's necessary honesty, there's important honesty, and there's honesty that is definitely unnecessary. You know, it is not that the information is there, the truth is there, but then your partner really doesn't need it. It doesn't affect anything in your relationship in the present, because I'm guessing that the thing must be in the past. So it doesn't affect your present, and it doesn't affect your future. So it is not necessary. Your partner doesn't have to know, because if your partner knows, it's not like it's going to change anything.
Look at it this way. Sorry, look at it this way.
Okay.
I'm dating someone, right?
Okay.
And this person has a dark past. I don't want to go into too much detail. Now imagine this partner intentionally not telling me this thing that they think I can't handle.
Okay.
And then I hear it outside, probably from my friends or probably from anybody at all. How do you think I would feel?
Well, I would expect you to feel bad.
I think it's better for your partner to know the truth. So like, I don't know, I think we should give an example of what kind of truth we're talking about, what kind of past we're talking about. I think it's important for them to know, because if we want to put it this way, that I didn't want to say it because I don't think you can handle it. Exactly. Things are just going to go bad. I mean, like at some point, like he said, if you find out outside, you might not like it. So it's better you just say it when you feel okay.
And just leave them, say it and just leave them to make their decision.
Okay,
That's
you know.
Yes.
Okay.
It's their own personal decision to decide that, okay, I will still be with you no matter what you've done in your past. I don't give a shit about your past. I want to be with this person.
Okay. Let's talk about past. You know, when we say talking about your past, male, female, you know, it's easier for a man to talk about his past, you know, and then the female partner will just take it like, oh, it's in your past, it doesn't matter, this is the future and all that, you know, I will go ahead, you know, maybe things like, okay, I have a child, or I did this, I went to prison, or, you know, different kind of dark truths like that, and the woman accepts. But when the situation is turned around, you know, when it's the woman that has the past, you know, it's always very difficult for the man to accept, or even society to accept. And that is why most women would rather keep their truths to themselves, because, you know, sharing it, when you say that, okay, it's still okay for you to say the truth, because in the spirit of honesty, you have to be honest. But I can tell you for a fact that there are a lot of women who have, you know, tried to be honest. You know, they want to be honest, they want to be open, because what's the point of being in a relationship with someone if you can't share your truth, if you can't be open? But that is the fear, because you both have agreed that there are certain truths that you just can't handle. So why when I know that you can't handle the truth, why would I tell you? When I know that if I tell you, it will break you, it will break the relationship, it will break the future that we have together, then I'd rather keep it, because my not telling you is not affecting you in any bad way. You get? It's not affecting you in any bad way. So why should I tell you?
Yeah, you said something earlier. Yeah, so we don't necessarily have to say, especially if it won't have any effect in the present.
Exactly.
And like
in the
and in
future.
the future. So this thing still falls back to being your personal decision, to be honest, because everything we're saying
Exactly.
here are just our own opinion and things. But if you feel where I and my partner are in a good place now, I don't think, okay, this thing that happened in the past, is there any need to tell this person? If I tell him now, what's it going to change? Is it going to ruin my present with him? Is it going to ruin my future? If you don't see any reason to tell the person, I don't think you should. But for me, even if there's no reason to tell you, as long as I know I'm committed in this, I want you to know everything.
Okay, let me comment. You said something about, let me reuse the example you gave. Or let me use my own example. If I have a partner that has killed someone in the past, right?
Okay.
And as they say if your past is an indication of who you are, right? Listen, if I have a partner that has killed someone in the past and they go ahead to tell me, or even if I don't even know in the first place, right? And eventually, my partner does something, she may not even kill me, right? But does something that is so close to that, then I might now realize, okay, if you can do this, then you're capable of killing someone, right? Now let's look at it the other way. If she goes ahead to tell me that she has killed someone before, and like I said, your past can be an indication of who you are. For someone to kill someone, right? That can be an indication that they can also kill someone in the future. So if you say, okay, I want to tell you this thing, or rather I don't want to tell you this thing, right? And I go ahead to find out later, do you think I will stay with you or not? And if you don't, and if you still don't tell me, rather, and if you tell me, I see me not stay with you, because I understand that, okay, if you have done this, there's a tendency that I can do this in the future, right? That's just it. Now look at this other example. If you have someone, or if you have a friend, or even a roommate, right, and this person has stolen from you before, and you found out and you confronted this person confessed and apologized and said they are not going to do this thing anymore, are you going to say, okay, because this person has confessed, this person was honest, told me did this thing, right, apologized and admitted that they won't do this thing anymore, would you be safe, or would you keep your stuff around that same person in the future, knowing the fact that, okay, this person apologized and confessed and said they won't do this thing anymore? Would you trust that person?
If the person has repented, because that's the place of repentance of a changed person. Because you mentioned earlier that if the person, is changed, has a changed behavior, is no longer that person, the person.
How would you know?
Well, that's where trust comes in. If this person tells you that, oh, I killed someone, but I'm a changed person, and I didn't kill someone, maybe it was self-defense, or maybe
that's different.
Or maybe it was an accident or something. But I'm a changed person. What if it's someone who is a drug addict, who used to be, and then says, oh, I've been to rehab, I'm a changed person and all that. Okay, you as the partner, are you going to be looking at your partner with that eye that, oh, she's a drug addict, he's a drug addict? No, but the person is changed. So if you want to trust, you have to trust the person. You have to trust that, okay, this person, you have to give a benefit of the doubt that, okay, this person has changed. But if the person feels like, oh, you're not going to take it that way, oh, you're not going to trust me anymore, then the person will not divulge that information. There's also an incident or something I see that goes around, that happens, that people say happen, okay, I want to be honest with you. Okay, and I come to you that, okay, this is me, this is what I did in my past, and then you realize that some of these partners, they go ahead to use such information against you. So that is another thing. Another reason why people will not
don't tell.
Yes,
that's
exactly. Don't tell. So they will just rather keep their truth to themselves, and as long as it's not going to affect you in any way, I would just rather keep it to myself. Because what's the point of? Because you don't know what the person has been through, and you don't know how much courage it took for the person to tell you, and in the spirit of honesty, like, okay, I trust this person, and then I'm in a relationship with this person, a committed relationship. If I can't talk to you, if I can't be open with you, if I can't trust you, who can I trust? So if I bare my heart to you, and then you in turn now use it against me, then what's the point? What's the essence of honesty or relationship or trust and all that, or even love?
So I said something about giving an example earlier, and I'm glad he gave the example about excuse me, about killing somebody in the past. So it depends on how that person died. It depends on how you killed the person. If you killed that person in self-defense, by accident, okay, yeah, fine. But if you killed that person out of rage and you're telling me that you are a changed person, bro, God will change with your family members, because it's not me and you. I honestly do not care how much I love you, but I'm cutting.
So you don't believe in repentance?
Not.
Look.
I'm sorry, but like, I don't think. If you tell me that you killed somebody out of rage,
I'm not giving you any
I can't
benefit
get
of the
out.
doubt.
I can't get that out of my head, because what happens?
There are
when
some
I
benefit
get
of
you,
the doubts
what
that you
happen,
give.
What happens when I get you so mad?
Mad, exactly.
What are you going to do?
Exactly.
Be looking for how you chop my head off tonight? No, bro, we're not doing that. No. Okay, so there's some honesty that cannot, or there's some truth that can be avoided. I can't avoid that. I'm sorry.
No, here.
I'm so sorry.
Okay, so lastly, I also believe that honesty, you don't have to divulge everything, because there's also the place of personal space, individuality. As much as, okay, we're in a committed relationship and then we're supposed to be open and honest with each other, I think that each person still deserves, the right to personal space, to personal information that I choose to keep to myself. Because like I said, there are some truths that there's honesty that is necessary, unnecessary, and important, and there are some that are even important and still unnecessary. So if I feel that, you actually don't need to know this, if I want to tell you, I'm just telling you because I feel like I just want to be open with you. I want you to trust me more. I want there to be a bond between us. I want to build the bond between us. So I want you to know that this happened to me, because there are some truths that are uncomfortable and painful. Like someone who's been raped in the past. There's no reason for me to tell my partner that I was raped in the past. It depends.
Because there are some, but I don't
It
talking
depends.
about this stuff because of how sensitive
It is quite sensitive.
But like,
it depends,
if
because
that happened to you in the past,
yes,
it could affect your sexual life.
It could.
exactly.
So
At that point,
if it's affected, I think that's like more than enough reason to let your partner know that this is what happened.
yeah,
Even
if it does,
before then, you should let your partner know. So whatever happens, your partner know that, okay, yes, I know where this is coming from, and we can work on this together. We can do this together. They probably get help, proper help. It's like, I don't know if people ever overcome that, but like, I think there's a level of help that you could get better.
so don't you think that you only talk about that at the point that happens, at the point that there's a need, at the point that something arises, like you said, maybe it affects your sexual relationship. At the point that happens, at the point that there's a problem in your sexual relationship, then you can say that, I was raped. But if everything is going fine, it's not affecting anything and all that, I don't think it is necessary.
I think it is.
What do you think?
I still think it is.
I think it is because I want to know you. So like, if you've been raped before or something, I think you should tell me.
Just tell me. Just tell
because
me.
why
Just
don't you
tell
want
me.
to? I'm not going to.
Even though I'm not going to do anything with that information, just let me know.
Yes.
I would like to know.
So how do you know that is not part of the truths that person cannot handle? How would you know?
Why am I telling you that? I'm so sorry, but like, why am I telling you that I got raped and you're telling me that that's not information that you can handle?
Okay, you see, it depends on the person.
What is this relationship?
That's why I said at the end of the day, it depends on the individual.
It's from this truth that you will know who you're truly dating.
Exactly.
So like, if I tell you that I was raped when I was like this, and you tell me that, I'm sorry, I don't think I can be in a relationship with someone that was raped, bro. You will not even break up with me. I will end it myself.
But you know
because that just shows how.
But you know that the person is not even going to tell you. The person might not even tell you that way that no, I'm sorry, I cannot.
No,
You
that's
would-
an example.
No,
now.
you're not
but no, I'm even
But listen.
saying that
Yeah.
the person might not be outright. It will just be a gradual
Withdrawing,
declining.
withdrawing.
Yes.
See,
Personally,
You
I
just know
don't
that-
entirely blame this man, really, because some men cannot just get over the fact that, okay, there are women, the woman was, this has been done to this person, or some form of, power, or the woman has been overpowered, in this sense in the past. They just can't get over it.
But is it the
They
woman's
can't get over the
fault?
fact that their woman was subdued to this extent, or this has been done to this person, Really, you should cut them some slack.
But
So
is it the woman's
See,
fault?
See, you said
It is
something.
not. But look, it is not. It is. I'm not saying it's her fault, but I'm saying it is natural and it is normal for a man or some men rather to feel that way, right? Going ahead to say, okay, I want to end this relationship because of this reason. I feel like that may be going too far. But I'm saying their response to what you told them, that particular story you told them, it is natural for them to feel that way. I feel like it is even a natural phenomenon. If you get what I'm saying.
For a man not to take that information well.
Some men.
Wow. Okay.
Like you said, the person could be withdrawing bits by bit.
Yeah.
Right from the spot that I'm giving you that information, my focus is on your reaction. So if you give me that reaction on that, that look of like, if I see that, is it sympathetic?
Exactly.
I see you, like, and you're like, I get that it hits you also, but like you are at that, I wouldn't understand. But like you giving me that, I don't want. You're not even going to tell me that, you don't even need to show me anything. You don't even need to get to the point that you're withdrawing bit by bit. My head has processed, I can't be with this person. And that's it.
So what do you think about the personal space thing I said? That there's some information that I feel that you should keep to yourself.
What example? Okay, so I need you to give an example of what you mean by personal space.
Okay. Let me even start by saying that, I believe that there should be boundaries in relationships, whether it's a committed relationship or just a casual relationship. I believe that there should be boundaries. And it's in the place of boundaries that personal space comes in, and also, some information that you feel like you need to keep to your chest. Not necessarily because you just want to keep it to your chest, but because it really is not necessary. Your partner does not have to know, except a situation comes up. Okay, one of such is body count. He's a I am glad I got that.
A very, very controversial topic you brought up.
I am glad I got that on both sides. So, body count, it is not necessary. I personally feel that your partner did not know your, like, it is not, when it's a man, I mentioned earlier that there are some information, when it's the man giving the information, it's like, odogu, but when it's the woman, it's like, this one don't run streets, don't shake neck on, those kind of things, so, and that's where this body count falls under this situation as well. Like, it is not necessary. Like, why do I want to tell my partner that, I have 50 body count, I have 100 body count. Meanwhile, the man can say, I have 200 body count, and he's still like, that's why it's so good. That kind of thing, that's why it's. But then when it's the woman, so that's an example of such. So what's your take on that? This is a really
Without being biased.
Yeah, without being biased.
See, I can only speak for myself, and I've been saying that thing back to back because sincerely, that's what I can do.
Yeah, speak.
I would tell my partner my body count.
Really?
Yeah.
Okay.
Even if you didn't ask for it.
No, a conversation has to bring that up. It's not something that just be like, do you know I've slept with like 900 people? No. We're probably having a proper conversation about, okay, so how was your past? Like, how many guys have you dated? Blah, blah, blah. Then that's where the conversation comes. You can't just, it's a different thing aside from the other past situations that you bring up on your own. This one is you are having that conversation. Because leave it or take it, Some partners don't care about your body count.
Exactly. I was just going to ask you that
Yeah.
does it depend on the kind of partner that you have, on the person? Because, we've said it earlier that some people can't manage some information. So are you telling me that you wouldn't have sized up your partner like, okay, if I tell him this thing, okay, he's going to take it, he'll take it nicely, this is going to be his reaction or his work, it won't matter to him or something. Are you not going to put that into consideration before giving that kind of information? Exactly. That's why I say it depends on the person. If you know the person you're dating, this person you're having a relationship with, like, oh, is he going to take this information well? Is he not? And then if he's not going to take it well, why would I want to?
Men most times have the highest body count.
Exactly.
So like, if I'm telling you that this is my body count, and you're telling me that this is, and I know that your body count is way worse, bro, I'm gonna drag it with you because what do you want to slut shame? When I could also slut shame.
Yeah, but that's what goes on now. That's what goes on. It's like the man is allowed to have, large body count, but then
men,
woman,
you are not allowed
hold on.
to have large body counts.
It's not an allowed thing.
I don't even think body
Hold on,
count
sorry.
should be something that we are, dragging.
First off, I'm going to speak from a biological point of view. No.
Okay.
I know I might sound biased, and you are, because of the fact that you're women, you're definitely not going to agree with some things. I'm going to say nonetheless. It is a natural phenomenon. It is biologically, proven or right or correct that men seek innocence in women and women seek experience. Now, let me give you, listen. If as a guy, let's say I'm 35 and I walk up to a woman, I'm trying to engage in conversation. Probably I even succeed in getting a number. Along the line, I don't let her know that, look, I'm a virgin. The eyes she will use to look at me, like, who be this JJC? Like, waiting. But if a woman comes to me, right, and says, probably she's 35 as well, and says, I'm a virgin, there's this sort of happiness I get, like, okay.
Happiness.
I don't know. No,
it's not a man that like virgins.
Do you want to change
really?
the age?
It's not a man that like virgins. That's another topic.
I don't know if happiness is the word to call it, but there's this sort of, I don't know, it's like exactly
like is
something
it
like
excitement or awe? Like you're in awe,
not really awe. It can be awe as well, and it can also be excitement. Right. Well, different strokes for different folks. Like you said, there are some men that don't like virgins. There are some men that like women with experience.
Exactly.
Right? And that's by the way. You see, on the issue of body count, right? Like I said, I gave an example of killing. Like if someone your past is an indication of who you are, right? And I'm not saying people don't change. No, that is not what I said. But exceptions don't negate the rule. We know that, right? The fact that, okay, it happened to this person and this was not the consequence doesn't mean that's the way it is for everybody. Right now, if someone says, I'm not speaking personally, but if a woman particularly says, okay, or no, don't let me use it. If a person says, okay, I have slept with 200 people in the past. Now, you as a person dating that person, do you think this person will not date you and you are the person they will have sex with till they die? Do you really think that? If someone says they've had a body count of, if someone says they have a body count of 200, it means, first, it tells a lot about their decision-making process. It tells a lot about who they are. And personally, I may also, be on the receiving end of this, because now you slept with 200 people, right? I'm not saying it's right, I'm not saying it's wrong, but you slept with 200 people and now you're dating me. It is very possible that I'm not going to be the last person you sleep with till you die. If we get married, you might definitely want to, at some point, probably if you get bored or something, you want to just explore and just have a feel of what it feels like to have something different. Do you get it? That's just what I'm saying. And I like I said, it is not for you to agree because,
I don't even agree. I don't agree
That's fine.
Because the fact
That's
that someone, I don't agree because the fact that someone has slept with 200 does not mean that you can't be the bus stop.
Why do you think so?
Yes, because you say okay.
I said it also has to do with their decision-making process, because if someone decides to sleep with 200 people along the line in your relationship, if you are, let's say both of you married at 30 years old, right? and you plan to be together till you die. Maybe you're looking at yourselves entering 80, 90, thereabouts. So you think someone that has slept with 200 people will now date you at 30, now sleep with only you till they die?
It is very, very possible.
All right.
Yeah, it is very, very, very possible, because someone who slept, okay, let's give the hypothesis that, okay, let's say the person is 35,
Okay.
you know, and we're having a committed relationship to, you know, to get married and all that, you know, and you come to tell me that, oh, I've slept with 200, you know, like when I was young, you know, I explored, I played the field, I did this, I did that, and all that, you know, so I took my time, I enjoyed, and I have decided now that I want to settle down. It does not mean that, okay, there's still going to be 205, 206, 200. That was the past, and the person has explored, okay, and he's done all that, but now he wants to settle down. You know, so I don't believe that because somebody has slept with 200 people that he's not going to stop there, or they'll just keep going to 500.
Like I said, there are always exceptions.
And
but exceptions do not negate the rule. There are definitely going to be exceptions in everything. Fine, your case, what you said, there may be cases like that. I might have slept with 1,000 people, but I might meet you and decide to sleep with just you, till like that, and that's it.
And then
that may be just one of the exceptions.
Sleeping with I don't think your sexual orientation should define you. You know, I don't think it should define anyone. So because you slept with 200 people, does, you know, because when one comes to you and say, oh, my body count is 200, you see, you're already thinking that this one, you know. I don't think it should define the person. You know, you've done that. Okay, yeah, you slept with 200 people. It shouldn't determine whether you're a good person or a bad person. It just means that you're a sexual person. Yes, that's what it means. It means you're a sexual person. And then when you decide, when you are in a
guarantees that you're getting into a relationship and all of a sudden you're no longer that person because you want to settle down?
Yes, maybe because you've been there, you've done that, and you decided that, okay, because someone who slept with 200 people has been there and done that. So there's nothing you have not seen. So you decide that, okay, now I want to settle down. And then because you're my partner and we're going into this, we're going into the future together, you know, we want to build the future together, then I'm telling you, okay, this is what I've done. So you, as a partner, will now say, I cannot marry you.
Okay, but do you know that,
well,
you know, you can say it now that, okay, it's not a problem, it's not a big deal, right? When your partner talks to you about it. But it hits different when, like you said, this person has had like over 200 body counts, right? Or maybe less than, maybe like 100 or 50 body counts. Then you probably decide to hang out with friends one day, and one of your friends is like, guy, I'm so sorry, but I don't like your baby before. Do you know how embarrassing that she is? Nah.
it's like a stab in the chest.
Do you understand? So, okay. But like, I feel if you already know, if you already talked about it with your partner that had so body count, if that friend comes to meet you to tell you that I've done this with your baby before, which is not even supposed to do in the first place, but like if the person does that, I don't think you should be pissed because you already know that this person has body count, and at the same time it's still in this person's past. But you need to still have a conversation with the person because you don't know if one time like that in one corner when you're not around, both of them are at it again.
But you know that you don't have to have so much body count for you to have, you know, slept with somebody's friend.
Of course.
Exactly, because it may just be your body count may just be 5, and then it might be that you said so. That is even a different topic on its own, you know, because it doesn't determine. Okay, so you see now. So this kind of information now, you're still saying that you should divulge. That's okay. Even though you've had a lot of body count, you should still tell your partner, even though it's not necessary.
Yeah.
Okay.
Tell them when you're having a conversation.
Yeah, it's not just something you just wake
up and
say.
Yeah, it's not something.
Good morning, baby.
It's we're
body count
talking
is
about
200. No, don't do that.
Yeah, it's we're talking about.
But then, so we can all agree together that it also depends on the person.
Personally, I don't think I can be with a person that I can't tell everything. That I can't be 100. I can't.
But then sometimes you know that you can't really even determine how someone is going to react.
That's fine. Like I'm just personally saying
you can't determine. You might think that is gonna be cool with this information.
Fine,
And
if
then you
you're-
tell him and he's like,
If you're
whoa.
not cool with, I'm telling you because I want to get your reaction. In relationships, you have tough conversations.
Exactly.
Conversations that personally, I can't handle this thing. You can't handle this thing, but it needs to be said. It needs to be
said.
talked about. So if I'm in a relationship with somebody, I want to be 100.
Just do your part and just
And
be
just-
honest.
yeah.
Now it is not left to them to handle it however they want to handle it. It's left to them to take whatever decision they want to make. But
Yeah.
just on your part, just play your part and just be honest. That's just it.
Yeah.
Because whether you like it or not, not being honest intentionally is actually selfish. Do you get it? Because I'm not telling you this because I don't want you to leave me. That's actually selfish. Because I know this information I'm withholding from you. It can harm you, it can break you. But I'm not telling you because I still want you. That's being selfish. Really.
So lovers, you've heard from Debbie and you've heard from Emmanuel. So it's up to you to make the choice that is right for you. You know, I always advocate that you do what is right for you. You don't go by the common thing or what somebody else is doing. Do what works for you. And if you have enjoyed this video, why don't you click the like button and
Share.
Leave a comment.
I'll be seeing you.
Don't forget to subscribe. Bye.